Hey guys, welcome back to Resistance Chicks. We're your hosts, Leah and Michelle. Today is the 9th of... There's a big horn going on outside. Today's the 9th of August, 2019. It's Friday. That means it's our weekly roundup. We're going to cover all the news that happened this week.
I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start, you guys. There's like literally 5 bombshells every day. It's like you get hit by a wave and you get hit by a wave and you get hit by a wave, and we probably could have gone live 20 times a day and not covered all the news. I have no idea how we're going to cover it all tonight, but we're happy to be here. So this is Trump's, he says he's going to do stuff on gun control, and I'm not real hopeful about this. He says he's got the House on it. Mitch McConnell says they're going to look at assault weapon bans. That just means, to them, they just mean semi-automatics, which there are millions and millions and millions out there. Right. So Trump says we're going to get something done. He says we need intelligent background checks. This isn't a question of NRA, Republican, or Democrat. He says Mitch McConnell is going to lead the charge. So he will review the House-passed bill that would expand federal background checks for firearm sales. None of that is going to help whatever. None of those will ever help what the background checks. I think about this. Wait, real quick. Do you get a background check when you get a cell phone? Do you get a background check that do you get some sort of monitor on your phone that says you can't text and drive? There's no background check that says, hey, teenagers, maybe you don't get a cell phone because you might text and drive and you might kill someone.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think that they should get rid of cell phones, okay? But via GPS, we all know that they track when your phone is moving at car speed. So I think that your phone should become defunct, right?
How many people? But people wouldn't be able to do it because they text and drive, and everybody talks on the phone in the car.
Right, I know.
People wouldn't be able to do it.
I know.
People wouldn't be able to do it. There are 1.8 million distracted driving accidents a year. I have the statistics up. I don't have them all memorized, but I think that for me, it's the texting and driving,
right,
that really gets people. Because I do know this. I have this off the top of my head. Texting and driving leads to accidents 6 times more than drunk driving. And do you get a license to be able to buy alcohol?
No.
It is illegal to drink and drive. It's illegal to use your gun to shoot somebody. But they want to... Is there a background check that goes behind somebody to get an alcohol buying license?
No.
To make sure that they are not going to drink and drive?
Right.
If you drink and drive, do you get your license to buy alcohol revoked?
Right.
Do you get your license to buy a car revoked? If you text and drive, do you get your license to buy a cell phone revoked? If you text and drive, do you get your license to buy a car revoked? You have to have a driver's license technically to drive it, but you really don't to buy one.
Right.
We're talking about just buying the gun.
Right.
Okay? We're talking about just buying the gun.
And I think that really what you're speaking to speaks to this, I want my conveniences in life, and they are as equal to breathing.
Right.
I have a right to drive. I have a right to my cell phone more than I have a right to my Second Amendment right.
Right. Exactly. Your right to a cell phone, your right to drive a car, and your right to drink alcohol are not in the Constitution. Okay? And it's the... I had some more. I think this is an article I was reading earlier on the number of people who die. I know 30 people die a day through drunk driving. Okay, and there's been, I know 300 people die a day from abortion, and to date there's been about a little over 300 to date deaths by mass shootings. And you want to take away the rights of millions of people, their Second Amendment right, because other people are doing something they should not be doing. And our Constitution was made solely for a religious and moral people, because there is so much freedom in our Constitution. There's so much freedom in our government. And you have to be able to police yourself. But when you have porno grind going through your speakers and you're singing about rape and you got rape lists and you're not obviously his parents, I'm just going to call it out, horrible parents. Horrible parents. Their one kid's a mass shooter and their other daughter's dead. Like, worst parent in the world. And I don't care if I make you feel bad. You raised a monster. And I'm going to say this, the world raised a monster, but if if I'm singing in a band, my mama's listening to my songs, and she's going to be proud of me. Your mama going to be like, I'm raping that corpse, okay? I'm raping that dead body. I mean, I was choking. I mean, like, your mama hear you say that, she going to march you down to the precinct and say, lock him up. Lock him up. He cray, psycho. Get him out of that. Seriously. Why do you think they call it porno grind anyways? Because porn is violent.
Yeah.
Porn is violent. This isn't, it's not love, two people making love, blah, blah, blah. We're just watching two people make love. No. When you start watching other people do things, it changes your brain.
Yeah. And
you all know this because you watch us, and so ain't no way you can be watching porn. Because literally the demons inside of you would be like, I can't watch that. But that pornography, so you know that for other people, it goes down another path where you're literally going to this like evil thing, this violence that just takes over.
Yeah.
And he was literally, and I feel sorry for him a little bit because of this. Obviously, if he's strangling people, he has no self-control. If he's strangling kids at 15 years old,
right,
that kid has no self-control, and probably because he was watching porn from the time he was a teenager.
Right. And
kids and young boys don't know what to do. Their brains are not made to process pornography.
Exactly.
They're not made to process, oh, I feel good when I watch this dude choke this woman. Wait a minute. What? Wait a minute. Okay, so like they're not meant to process that. And so he was obviously a hardcore dude. In this vein, and not everybody who watches porn is going to go shoot up a bunch of people,
right,
obviously.
Right.
But the violence is still there, and the violent tendencies are still going to be there. So we need to address what causes it. And Patriot would say it all goes back to gold and silver, and I would as well. I mean, if you want to talk about the underlying causes, when our economy collapses and there's no electricity and you can't access all this stuff, everybody's just going to be set free like that. Their brains will be free. Their brains will be free because you can think. When you're out in nature, you think clearly, again, mostly. And when you're out in nature and you have people present the gospel to you, which is what our country is founded on, the gospel of Jesus Christ, people are at peace.
They have this new thing out, it's called nature bathing.
Really?
Where you go and you hike in woods and stuff like that, and it's supposed to be, like, really good for you.
That's awesome. I can't even. I'm
gonna go to the beach, or just go outside, and it's called nature bathing. I heard it on the radio. I'm serious. I was like, I can't believe these people actually take this seriously. I mean, it's while we're talking about the shooters, I'm wondering if you're going to hit on the El Paso shooter and some of the conspiracy theories that are going around about him. Not just conspiracy theories, but the facts that don't line up.
Well, we did our show, and there's really nothing that's come out, in my opinion. Our show is down. It's down, isn't it? That's right.
It's back up. No, it's back up. Well, it's not back up. A mom had uploaded accidentally to Mass Faith 3 when she meant to upload it to Resistance Chicks and let it stay. And so when they removed our first one that was getting thousands of views, that one's still down. But the other one is still there. It's got like 300 views. So the El Paso shooter. And there have been a lot of things that have come out since we did our show. The fact that his dad was a Satanist. The fact that the Dayton kid was a Satanist. You got a message from a lady who, and this is just hearsay, but it could be true.
Said that the El Paso shooter was autistic, and her friend's daughter used to babysit for this family, and he was autistic.
And he never would have been able to compose something like that. There's 8chan coming out saying, listen, we never put this out.
But it was uploaded on Instagram. Exactly. And somebody else uploaded on 8chan.
And so there's the Satanist link between the two, which we as Christians could have told you, but now it's literal fact. His dad was a psychologist
who was into John of God, which is some sort of weird
Satanist.
Satan.
And he's on video, literally on video, saying that he felt like this Satanist prophet, whatever, John of God, is this really wonderful, person.
And the kid grew up in an abusive household.
Yeah. And so there, and Patriot Gallery said that on the X22 report, and I can't confirm this because I didn't watch it, but if you want to go and check it out and see if if it feels legit to you, the reason why we kept hearing Walmart Mall the day that it happened, we kept hearing mall and we kept hearing Walmart, we kept hearing mall and we kept hearing Walmart, is because there was a shooting drill taking place in the mall at the exact same time as this young man just so happens to end up in the Walmart. And that's consistent with a lot of these false flag things that really did happen when people died. But we have seen that they did drills either just prior. Okay, we saw in Parkland that they had just done mass shooting drills like a couple of months before. I think it was January. Yeah, it would happen in February. And they had just done a mass shooting drill in January. Okay, we got that confirmed from Blue Guy, the young man that goes to school there, who we interviewed. Okay, so we see this consistently, this doing a drill, and then the shooting actually happens. Now, this one just so happened to be taking place at the exact same time. Okay, we know that people legitimately died, but it would be a good cover, if it's true, to put something like this forth. So I wanted to kind of bring those things to you guys, and you can go and do your own research on that.
I want to play a happy... This is Donald Trump and First Lady Melania Trump visiting the Dayton Hospital and the victims.
Wait a minute.
Well, they're not going to say anything, so...
Okay, well, but the music is nice. That's awesome.
And I think that a lot of people don't want to believe that this is Trump, but he wants to go in. He wants to say, I'm the president of the United States and I should be here. Yeah. And I want to bring you comfort.
Well, the only thing that the mainstream media showed was a few protesters, like a few, saying, we don't want you to come. Like the victims of the shooting didn't want and they made it seem like all of Dayton didn't want the president to come. Mm-hmm. And that's a false narrative. They are fake news.
You spit on me.
Did I? I'm sorry.
That's fine.
So I forgot to add, and Belinda reminded me here, that there's actual footage of multiple witnesses, not just one, multiple witnesses in El Paso who say that they saw 4 men dressed in black doing the shooting in the Walmart.
Right.
So either all 4 of those witnesses are liars, or you can come to your own conclusion. And Mike Adams, who's whip smart, like he is so smart, he says, listen, if you look at the young man and the one shot that they give you, the photo that they give you that was on our video, which I took down because they were censoring us, you can't see any extra magazines. It's not that he doesn't have any extra, but if he had any extra, it was only like 1, because you literally... Mike Adams points out that if he is, the shooting, the extra magazine would have been on, I think, his right side. He was a left-handed shooter, or vice versa. But you don't see any extra magazines. So you are only left to assume that he had the, 60 rounds in his one magazine or whatever. And Mike Adams is like, listen, I don't know, the best marksman I'm not saying that it's impossible that he could have had that many kills with that few rounds, but he would have had to been the sharpest shooter in the wild west for him to be able to hit that many kills with that kind of weapon. I mean, do you guys understand how fast that has to be we're talking about a semi-automatic weapon, which is, you have to pull every trigger, bang, bang, bang. This is as fast as it's going to go, is as fast as your finger can go. Okay, so you're doing this the entire time, and almost every single shot that you hit is a kill shot, like this. You're literally going bang, 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 and every shot is a kill shot. Forget it. No way. This young man in El Paso, we saw his picture, and I'm not trying to physically profile anybody. That kid is not a sharpshooter.
No, it's supposedly the manifesto said supposedly his mom called the police and said, I think my son has this AK-47 style weapon and I don't think he should have one. And the police were like, if he's 21, it's okay for him to have it. His manifesto says that he didn't prepare for it very much. You're not going to kill that many people if you haven't prepared.
And that's it. His manifesto itself said, I didn't give much thought to this. I haven't really prepared for this. Are you kidding me? You better be at the shooting range like for 10 hours a day practicing to be that good of a shooter,
right,
to kill that many people and injure how many more. Right. Leah's going to head out. I'm going to sign off. We want you guys to send us your letters to P.O. Box 107, Milford, Ohio 45150. We will read them on air. Thank you, Thomas, for your words earlier about gun control in the United States. So we will be back here on Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our European and UK news. That's going to be a really great show. So come back and join us for that. I do hope to do a Bible study soon now that I'm not sick anymore. Praise the Lord for that. Redneck, I hope your birthday is beautiful tomorrow. So I want you guys to have a wonderful rest of your evening. Be safe. We love you. God loves you. God bless. Remember, it's not just a conspiracy theory if it's actually the truth. Good night, guys.
I was cold.